Some BDO account holders have reportedly lost thousands of pesos due to unauthorized transfers. Let's talk about this some more with tech expert Art Samaniego, who joins us now live via Zoom. Good afternoon, Art. Some of these victims are claiming that they did not click any phishing or smishing links, and they did not receive any OTPs or one-time passwords, and that there was someone or telling them that someone was trying to log into their account, so they were basically clueless. How could have this been possible, what with two-factor authentication being the norm these days?
So if this is the case, it means that there is really a data breach on BDO.
All right, so some people are also saying on social media that this could be an inside job. Would this be the same thing as a data breach?
No, I don't think so. Maybe it's not an inside job, but all information that we have points to a data breach, because there was no text messages or information sent to you or an OTP sent to the account owners before their accounts were debited.
Right. So how serious now is this data breach, Art, and what is the likelihood of, possibly tracking down any of the cyber criminals behind this? Can you talk us through how this data breach could have happened?
Well, the problem is, according to our sources, the money from BDO, which were transferred to Union Bank, were already converted to Bitcoin. So malabo na talagang ma-trace back. Malabo na makuha.
All right, and this kind of pattern or this modus, Art, have we observed this happen before? Maybe not specifically with banking or not specifically with BDO, but have IT experts such as yourselves observed this happening before?
Well, this has been happening. This kind of scam has been happening this year. So people complain to BDO, but BDO always tell them, no, you have exposed your personally identifiable information, you have exposed your login credentials, and you have shared your OTP. So this is not the fault of the bank. It's your fault because you allowed scammers to trick you into believing that you are transacting to the bank. So this has been happening before, but it was only last Saturday that the number of victims were really nag-surge siya sa dami.
All right. So can this in any way be be blamed, so to speak, on outdated mobile banking systems? Because you're right, banks always tell us that they always constantly upgrade their systems and their securities hanggang sa yun nga, nagkaroon na nga ng two-factor authentication, right? Can we still rely on the old setup of two-factor authentication, meaning by receiving OTPs? Because with this data breach, it seems like this can be overridden. So what do we do from here?
Well, for now, BDO is doing something to fix the issue. Also, OTP over SMS is not reliable.
Right. There's
so
also
banks need to upgrade their systems.
All right. There is also this new kind of OTP where it's kind of like the banking app that generates the OTP for you, and you don't receive it anymore via SMS. Would that be a safer form of getting a one-time password instead?
Yes, it's safer versus doing it via SMS.
All right.
So biometric is safer. The multi-factor authentication key is safer versus the one that it's being done now through SMS.
All right. So having said all of that, Art, what would be the advice to the public starting now? I, of course, changed my passwords. Should everyone now go for multi-factor authentication?
So first, it's almost Christmas, and cyber criminals are out there waiting for you to commit that simple mistake of clicking that link or answering that question. So let's all be careful in transacting or engaging with these unsolicited emails and unsolicited messages. So mag-ingat po tayong lahat sa paggamit ng mga social media and internet to transact.
All right, with regard to passwords naman, is there anything specific that people should do?
For passwords, your password should be not less than 8 characters. Pero the safer way now is to make a passphrase instead of a password. A passphrase is like a password, but made up of words separated by space. So it's passphrase. Also, always use, when applicable, always use multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication because it's another layer of security to your account. Kahit manako yung password mo, if you're using multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication, your account will be safe. The cyber criminals could not take over your account.
All right, thank you so much for that piece of advice. We should do that to all our passwords right now, and for your insights and time as well this afternoon. Thank you so much, Sir Art Samaniego, tech expert.